He hid in a cave from the storm. Then a voice in the dark whispered, "You're the first meal in 500 years." The storm broke over the mountains like the sky itself was tearing apart. Daniel clutched his soaked jacket tighter and pushed through the scree slope, boots slipping on wet rock. He'd been hiking for 2 days, charting Forgotten Ridge and the Karakoram Range, when the weather turned from drizzle to apocalypse. Lightning split the heavens, and thunder rolled so hard it rattled his ribs. He had no tent, no shelter, no chance of outrunning it. The only thing he could do was look for cover. That's when he saw it. A dark maw cut into the side of the cliff. A cave. Daniel stumbled toward it, slipping on mud and stone. The wind clawed at his back, nearly hurling him down the slope, but he dove inside. The roar of the storm dulled as soon as he crossed the threshold. He gasped, dripping rain, wiping his fog glasses. His flashlight beam wavered over jagged walls. It wasn't a shallow hollow like he expected. It tunneled deeper, the darkness swallowing his light. He should have stopped at the mouth. He should have curled up and waited for dawn. But the storm outside was brutal, and some primal instinct told him go further in. The deeper he went, the quieter it grew. His boots scuffed across stone. Water dripped somewhere in the dark. And then, "You're the first meal in 500 years. The whisper slithered out of the dark, curling around his ears. Daniel froze, the flashlight trembling in his grip. He spun. The cave behind him was empty. Only his ragged breathing echoed. "W, who's there?" His voice cracked. Silence. Then a chuckle, low, dry, ancient. "Your heart races so loud. I can hear it. Oh, how I have missed the sound." Daniel's skin crawled. He backed toward the entrance, only to realize he had already walked far enough that the light of the storm was gone. Behind him, only blackness. Ahead of him, blackness. He was inside the throat of the mountain itself. I don't want trouble," Daniel stammered. "I just needed shelter." Shelter. The voice purred, the words stretching. That is what they all said. The wanderers, the hunters, the kings who sought refuge here. And all of them fed me in the end. Something scraped across stone. A dragging. A shifting. Daniel raised his flashlight. Its narrow beam shook as it skimmed across stalactites, slick walls, and then eyes. 2 orbs gleamed in the dark, not like animal eyes, but like molten metal, faintly glowing. Daniel gasped and stumbled backward. His flashlight flickered, then died. The cave swallowed him whole. For long seconds, there was only his panting and the drip, drip, drip of water. Then he felt breath. Hot, damp, right above his head. He bolted, running blind into the dark. His shoulder slammed into stone, sending pain lancing through him. But he kept running, scraping, staggering deeper into the labyrinth. "Run," the voice crooned, echoing everywhere at once. "It makes the feast sweeter." Daniel's chest burned. His hands found the wall, guiding him forward through the dark. He forced himself not to scream. Then his palm struck something smooth, different from rock. He froze and patted it. It was cold, metallic, curved like carved stone. Lightning flashed faintly outside, filtering even here through cracks in the mountain. And for an instant Daniel saw what he touched. A rib. Huge. Fossilized. Embedded in the wall. Not stone. Bone. He jerked back in horror. The voice laughed, deep and shaking the cavern itself. "You have found my prison, the bones that chain me here. 500 years I have starved. Boy, but you smell of life, of warmth, of blood." Daniel stumbled backward, heart hammering. His boots kicked something small that rattled across the floor. He reached down, fingers brushing metal, rusted, brittle. A sword, ancient, broken in half. The remains of the last man who'd hidden here. He almost threw aside, but something in his gut screamed to hold it. He raised a jagged blade, useless as it looked. "You think iron will save you?" the voice mocked. "Iron is what trapped me, but that blade is dust. You are dust." Then the darkness moved. Daniel didn't see its shape, not fully. Only the outline of something massive shifting against the cavern walls, scales scraping stone, wings unfurling with a hiss like leather tearing. A dragon. The word leapt unbidden into Daniel's mind, though no paleontology book had ever prepared him for something like this. Its head lower from the ceiling, jaws opening, rows of teeth gleaming faintly in the dark. Daniel swung the broken sword. It rang against a thong, snapping further. The dragon laughed again, a sound like boulders grinding. "You amuse me. Perhaps I will savor you slowly." Daniel ran again, darting through a narrow passage. He scraped his chest, squeezing through, stone clawing at him. Behind, the beast roared, so loud dust rained from the ceiling. The tunnel twisted and opened into a chamber. Lightning revealed for a heartbeat what lay within. Bodies, hundreds of them, mummified remains, curled in agony, kings in rusted crowns, warriors clutching broken blades, skeletons draped in rotten silk, all who had come here before him, all who had whispered for shelter, and in the center, a stone altar carved with runes. Daniel stumbled toward it, tripping over bones. The altar glowed faintly, lines of power etched into it. The dragon's head thrust into the chamber, molten eyes blazing. 500 years, it thundered, and my hunger. Daniel slammed the broken sword onto the altar. The runes blazed alife. The cavern shook. The dragon reared back, screaming, "No, you dare awaken the seal." The altar flared. Chains of light erupted from the stone, lashing around the beast's neck, wings, claws. It thrashed, the cavern collapsing, stalactites crashing down. Daniel covered his head as the dragon's roar shook his bones. The light grew brighter, burning the beast back, sealing it once more into the prison of ribs and stone. And then silence. The storm outside still raged, but within, the cave was still. The altar dimmed, leaving only faint glowing cracks. Daniel staggered to his feet, trembling. He didn't know what he had done, or if the thing would rise again in another age. But he knew one thing. He would never tell anyone what he found here, because some hungers are better left sleeping.